Non-women's private site.
Hello.
He's
Why struggling.
It like me?
I don't know.
I don't care. It's fine. You can hear me?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
You're doing the headphones.
I never do.
Oh. That's what I was looking for. Fine. They can hear me, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Somebody can't hear you, don't tell us.
I'm
Yeah.
going to say we raised the vibes a lot this week because
I
we're
needed
talking
it.
about Galaxy Quest, baby.
Yes. We had some bummers. Good movies.
Good
Don't get me
movies,
wrong.
but bummers. We were doing a lot of thinking. That's not what we're here for this week.
This week is for fun.
This week is for vibes and vibrations. I've got a beverage.
I don't remember if you responded. Do you have a song that you had in mind to get ready for tonight? Like, that vibed with the movie? I picked Intergalactic by Beastie Boys.
See, that's such a good one.
Isn't it?
And I really don't know if I can think of anything that's going to be on par with that.
It's all good. It's become my new thing is just picking songs for the episodes.
No, I like that a lot. I'm definitely going to start doing that as well.
Yeah.
But do we want to
let me start the movie.
get her rolling? Because I hadn't seen this in a while, but I was watching it for the second time. And now we have it running here. So I really didn't wind up taking any notes for this. It's all sort of just, God, they do such a good original series.
Yeah, the old look that they make it look like Star Trek
Mommy?
TOS. Oh God, Mommy Weaver.
Oh, she's so... the number of times I said mommy while I was watching this last night. Sigourney Weaver, my beloved.
Yeah, she's an icon.
She's so fine.
She looked good and okay in the 70s and 80s, which was her heyday, technically.
Yeah.
But she is so hot in this. She's
Yeah.
not hot in Alien. She is hot.
Yeah,
in
no,
this.
you're so right.
I'm not saying she was unattractive.
Oh, no,
Any
no.
stretch
I
of
know-
the term. And
I
we
know-
talked about her bush in length.
I know exactly what you mean. The fucking to be continued.
Oh my God. And
You can see so many of the science fiction influences.
the con life they got right in this
they got
too.
the con life so right.
One exception. At no con that I've ever been to will you go into the bathroom and then people who aren't part of the con will come in audibly laughing and making fun of them.
Yeah.
I have never actually had an experience where people were making fun of us at a con. In fact, all of the times, well, I've only really gone to a few of them, but when I go to Atlanta for the convention I go to there, we take up most of the hotel, but there's a ton of normal people, and they usually just ask us, oh my gosh, why are you dressed like that? That looks so good.
Yeah.
They're never condescending or rude. Everyone's like, wow, I wish I had the ability to make that.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Do that. Anyway, this gets con life pretty accurate except for that.
Does a very good job with con life. Tony Shalhoub was in a musical that I love with my whole heart.
Musical? Which musical?
He was in The Band's Visit.
Never seen it.
absolutely incredible.
I'll
Highly
give it a shot
recommend.
sometime. But
Also,
it's
I love
star-studded.
Sam Rockwell.
Right. Sam Rockwell is like, I guess, the least notable of the top people
Justin
other than
Long.
Laredo. Justin Long. Well, this was Justin Long's first thing, I think.
Yeah. And he looks like a baby.
He was. This was 1999. He was probably like 15.
Yeah. But yeah, Alan Rickman, Tony Shalhoub,
Sigourney
Sigourney fucking Weaver.
Tim Allen, politics aside, excellent actor in great movies and shows.
Yeah. The man's entertaining.
You know, and Sam fucking Rockwell. Sam, I am a trained dancer, and I'm going to dance in any movie you put me in. Rockwell.
I love Sam Rockwell so much.
I love his dancing. I think it, like, if he didn't dance on screen at some point, I would feel robbed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what the movie is.
No, I fucking love Sam Rockwell so much.
The only guy I didn't do a deep dive on everyone, and I really should have for the one that I'm about to say. Like, I don't. The guy who plays Tommy Weber, Laredo, the pilot, he's got to have been in other stuff, right?
Oh, I'm sure. And also, friggin' Rainn Wilson is in this, like an
Oh,
early
right.
appearance by him.
Oh, and what's that guy? Comedy legend, always in stuff. Not the first guy you think of. Shit. He plays like one of the main dudes, not Quillick. The other one, the M one, Mathazar. This guy,
Yeah.
Enrico Colantoni. He's in so much.
I didn't recognize him from anything, but I'm sure if you pull this up, I'll be like, oh yeah.
Watch. Yeah, watch. He's been in so many things that you would know. Well, he's the principal and English teacher, which I don't know if you've tried that yet.
Mm-mm.
Okay, it's FX, so it's on Hulu.
Noted.
It's pretty good so far.
All right.
Where is he? Okay, this is bad because now I'm not seeing any of the... I know he's been in so many things. He's been in a lot. Oh, Westworld. He was in 3 episodes of Westworld.
Just Shoot Me.
Oh, okay. He was in Veronica Mars for 72 episodes as Keith Mars. So I feel like that's relevant in
Sounds
some way,
like
shape,
it.
or form.
One would guess.
I haven't seen any of that, but
I have not either.
iZombie. My wife watched that. I don't think I've seen that. Yeah. Oh, that's right. That's where I mostly know him from. Person of Interest. He's Carl Elias. Have you seen Person of Interest?
I have not.
It's a very fun show. It counts as sci-fi, but it's a TV show.
Okay.
Basically, it's Big Brother on steroids, but an AI machine controls everything. And the guy who designed it is smart enough to know that people would abuse this power. So
Yeah,
the
of course.
only information it gives you, it does not tell you whether this is a perpetrator or a victim. It gives you a social security number or some other way to identify them with a number. And that's it. It requires the human element to do the rest of the research.
Interesting.
And yeah. So
Ooh, Brooks is here.
hi, Brooks.
Here and listening, but I'm too tending my island to comment frequently. Enjoy the Animal Crossing, bestie.
Yeah. So anyway, fucking Galaxy Quest. It starts out so strong.
It really does.
And then it
establishes
doesn't stop.
It really does, and it doesn't stop. It establishes such a funny premise. Just this whole thing is great.
And you can, I mean, it's so obvious, what's his face? Lazarus is clearly Spock. They're so obvious, the parallels.
Oh, absolutely.
I love it so much. Also, something while I was watching it this time that I never noticed before, I always thought about Tony Shalhoub's character, but Sam Rockwell's character also, they just seem so high.
Oh, no, here's the thing.
Out.
Tony Shalhoub was playing high.
Sam Rockwell probably was.
Sam Rockwell, I'm pretty sure he was sneaking off to smoke in between scenes.
Yeah. Tony Shalhoub did really well, though. They're both just so the reactor might overheat, man.
Yeah, sure. Oh, I got it, bud. I'll take care of it. Yeah. God, this movie's so fun.
And as shitty as he is, the actor and how he treats other people, Tim Allen's character, Jason Nesmith, he's so good with the fans.
Exactly. And, that is the thing that kind of would, again, his being a dick is definitely a problem. But, that's what would matter to, more people, I guess. Or, statistically, more of the people that he encounters in his life.
Right. Being good with the fans is such an important part of being famous. Mm-hmm. We have that problem everywhere we go.
Oh, yeah. Getting recognized all the time. But this is, a much smaller version of this for me. I remember my friend and I were hanging out after a gig, and we wound up meeting all the band members in Avatar. And it was a great time. But it was so funny because the bass player was just absolutely tearing it up on stage, shredding. And then he comes out and he's like, "Did you like the show?"
He's just like a shy little morsel. Oh.
It was I was like, "Dude, you slayed. Why are you shy talking to me? I'm the one who's waiting out here at 2 a.m. with a bunch of other people."
Yeah, I'm paying to see you.
Yeah.
Don't be shy to me.
Come on, Bridget, you're better than this. It's a THELE. Thele. That killed
Where?
me. When he pokes him, he just the sound.
The aliens are so great in this.
The thing I was just trying to say is the name of the alien race, which is on the tip of my tongue, and I can't remember.
Oh, Thermians.
Thermians. There we go.
Because he does the whole termites and theremin.
Yeah.
Later.
But yeah, the Thermians, they constantly are dancing on the line of too ridiculous to be
but they're trying to
believable.
emulate humans. So the fact that they're not too human
Mm-hmm.
and just real awkward is actually pretty good to me.
Yeah. No, like, everything here works.
I love the knockoff Klingons here.
Yeah,
In
of
whiteface. God, this was such a good movie. It's almost like Con Man. Did you see the show Con Man? No, because you didn't see Firefly, so you don't care about Alan Tudyk.
It's not that I don't care about Alan Tudyk. Jesus.
But you didn't watch Con Man because that's literally about his life in the con circuit because of his fame from Firefly.
That's so fun.
In the show, he plays a character who was very famous for a sci-fi show, and that's all anybody ever wants to talk about. And he's like, "But I do other things."
And they're like, no, you don't.
Yeah, and then they want to do a movie revival, which is what happened with Firefly. And he's like, "I don't want to just be known for this." Like, it's a lot of money, and he's like, "I could be known for this." But that's what this feels like.
Yeah.
I feel like without this, we wouldn't have gotten that. I'll hold that for the ratings.
Probably not. What the hell was I gonna say? God damn it! I hate
Well,
when
you
I
didn't
do
take
this.
notes this time,
I didn't take
which
notes.
apparently
this
is
time.
important to you. I wing
It-
it. I'm an off the cuff kind of guy.
It tends to be helpful. I don't know. It's just it helps, especially with new things. But I feel like, again, there was so much. I wasn't reacting to anything for the first time here. It was all just like,
Right.
oh yeah, I remember this was great.
The things I made note of are like Stan Winston is involved, and you can tell because all of the costumes for any of the aliens that don't have to be CGI,
Are not.
they're not CGI, and they're so well done.
That is one of my favorite things about this movie is the practical effects. And like obviously
Yeah.
there is some CGI thrown in there, but it's CGI that at the time they paid top dollar for because that's how VFX should work.
Yeah. Like, they spent good money to have the Thermians be those squid people when they needed to be. Mm-hmm. And it shows. You know?
He's the only one who's like really like LA rich from it with his fucking
It's,
penthouse.
once again, the parallels are not lost on most people. This was made for original series Star Trek fans.
Yep. And
But
it is
it's
somehow
palatable
both
for everyone.
it is somehow both insulting and like affectionate towards specifically the original series Trekkie,
Yeah. Yeah.
which like again, so valid. I was talking about this with Kyle last night when he was watching this with me. Like, genuinely, if I think about it for too long, I could cry about the, like, hopeful, if complicated future that the original series imagines for us.
You do realize that it's on the seat of World War III.
Yeah.
After that is how we build up from that. That's the thing that's the line in the sand. It's the war to end all wars. Where did we hear that before?
This is true. But, like...
So we know what happens
I
after
just...
World War III.
God, I love it so much. I love that... And I also love that, like, somebody was daring to imagine that world in, like, the 60s when it was...
Yeah, you know,
when
right on the heels of McCarthyism
and
and
everyone
the Red
was having
Scare.
a horrible time. And
You
this
know-
was a thing I noted in particular is that with the addition of the Chekhov character in the original series, that even like after all the sci-fi movies we've watched where like, you know, we've made it to space and have cities there, but Russia's still the bad guy. The original series imagined a future where we had put aside enough of our differences to have a Russian kid on the spaceship.
No,
Along with a Japanese man,
Yep.
a black woman, and obviously, like, you know, Leonard Nimoy is just another white man, but, like,
no,
in
Leonard
this,
Nimoy is Jewish.
He's
He's not
Jewish.
just any other white man.
He's Jewish, but, like, in the context of the show, an alien...
And in fact, he was going to have red skin, but what ended up happening was, because it was a black and white show originally, it came off on the camera as being blackface almost. And they're like, we don't like this. Let's make him a pale green. And then that still shows up kind of tinted. So on the black and white version of the show, you can still see that he's different in some way. You're not really sure. And then on the color version of the show, you get the full effect of his green skin.
Yeah, but yeah. Imagining a future where a man, black woman, Japanese man, Russian kid, and a fucking alien would all be working in the like would all be at like high levels in the same place.
In the flagship.
Yeah.
Like, not just this is a ship and they can work on it. No, it kind of looks like diversity hires.
But just imagining a world where that wasn't like
where it wasn't notable.
Where this would be the average.
Yeah, it's not notable. And that's the thing. They never mention it. They're never like, how did you get here? You know?
Yeah, like there's no like,
you're top of your class, so you got on this ship. That's
yeah.
I have no other questions.
I was the most special, and I'm the first person to ever do this. It's just like, no, we're to assume that this is the average like starship crew. God, what an amazing world that sort of sets up for you to imagine.
Well, and again, the whole premise is that we have nothing to want for, so we set our sights on science and exploration. Like, the original series is so much more about, let's go visit a planet and study the other alien people that aren't part of the Federation yet. If they're of space age, we'll invite them to join our Federation.
Yeah.
If they're not, we won't intervene.
Yeah.
That was the whole Prime Directive thing, you know? Which got really bigger in the next generation.
I love the original series.
Oh, it's
so
my
much.
go-to. I love the episodes.
Exactly.
I feel like you learn something or feel something from every episode.
And also the other funny thing about the original series is that you'll have like
We're so far off the rails.
you'll have an episode that's like critically lauded and like was one of the most influential things that aired on TV that decade.
Yeah.
And then the next episode you'll have the worst thing you've ever seen in your life.
That roller coaster ride though makes it fun because like I can't remember, is it a good episode next or a bad episode next?
Is this an episode
Either way, popcorn.
Is this an episode that fundamentally is going to change the way I think?
Right.
Or am I going to see a dog with some feathers on it?
Yeah. That's true.
I love Star Trek the original series so much.
Good. It's so good.
And like
Yeah, that guy. Mathazar.
yeah. This movie's incredible.
Like, I'm trying to think of what gripes I have with it, and at the length it's at 142, I don't really think I could have it be longer.
No, it's
for this kind of fun film. It's a little bit long for like a fun film. You know what I mean?
I guess.
Like that,
look at this shit.
But
This looks great.
I don't feel like anything was stretched out.
No, not at all.
I'm trying to think of any one segment you could remove. You can't remove any of this because it sets up.
Yeah, it's all very necessary.
Maybe you could shorten the space station before they launch in the ship.
A little, maybe.
But like not
But
really.
it's also kind of fun.
It's all character building for them, like accepting the fact that they're really in space and everything.
I think this hits exactly where it needs to. Maybe it does. Maybe it is a tad long, but it's not.
It's not aggressively long. It's like
No, not at all.
I would put it at 90 as a normal for like your fun, like Saturday evening watch with the kids. You know, you're looking at that night. This is just 12 minutes over that. It's not bad.
Honestly, it's perfect where it is. You don't need to do anything to it.
But if they had tried, if there's deleted scenes that have like more development into the story of the Thermians and everything, I'm interested in the lore.
Yeah, I don't want it
interested,
in the movie. Yeah, kind of unnecessary.
Like,
and like another reason that I love this movie is that it like Star Trek is one of those things where it's like I like it, but I don't wind up thinking about it all that often. It's just one of those fandoms that I participate in a little less for whatever reason. But this reminds me of that, and then I'm like, oh yeah, man, like that is another thing that I fucking love. Like bringing me back to that feeling is a great thing that this does, and probably does for anybody else who's like has similar feelings to me towards Star Trek.
yeah.
Just kind of be reminded, like, oh yeah, man, that shit is great.
It is. And this just gives you that vibe. Also, I think that's part of why the aliens are so wooden in this, is because that's one of the ways in the original series.
That's what they were working with.
That's how they got. This isn't a human, so they behave differently.
Yeah.
And so
Cause
doing stuff like this is how they did it.
They had so much less to work with.
Yeah.
At the time, like you know, you could do makeup, you could do like costuming to a degree, but you don't have VFX in the way that we have them. So,
but also, what about all the humanoid races?
And that's
how do you differentiate their behavior from normal human?
Yeah, exactly. Like you have to make the Vulcans different from whatever other group.
My biggest complaint
is going to be like, you know, exactly like a human, but with one different feature.
I don't know if any Star Trek series properly handles this, but I also haven't seen a lot of the newer ones.
I have seen none of the newer ones.
But none of them handle the fact that
transparency.
species aren't archetypes.
This is true. There's
like
a
humanity.
lot
There's a lot of
there's a
diversity
lot
to
of
it.
monocultures.
Like Klingons, all about killing and. Well, where do you get your food? Because you're not pirating other planets constantly. So like you have farmers, right?
Are they violent?
Do you look down on them?
Yeah.
Does a farmer who wants another farmer's field kill that farmer, and that's okay with your government because that's the system you've established?
Yeah.
Kill to take leadership. It doesn't make sense.
Star Trek raises a shit ton of questions.
I think the closest would be, and I did not watch Deep Space Nine, but there's the two races that are like the same race, but in a different way. Not the Cardassians.
Brooks, help.
There's like two races that are like almost the same.
You know all of
The
these.
Vulcans and the Cardassians are pretty similar.
But like, are they in like a racial war or anything?
They do hate each other, I believe.
How dare we?
Kind of like Vulcans and Romulans.
How
hate
dare
each
we
other.
talk this much?
That's what it is. Vulcans and Romulans.
Yeah, you think Vulcans and Romulans.
Yeah.
How dare you talk this much Trek without inviting me? I'm sorry, we didn't know this was going to be happening.
We can do Trek. We can do a Trek episode. I'll even do
Say
the
less.
new Trek because I don't hate it.
Say less.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, we could do all. I own all of them on Blu-ray,
Nice.
including the new ones.
I love Alan Rickman just fucking dying inside whenever he's at one of these
The
cons.
only thing that hurts me is he's so good at acting it that I hope he's never actually felt it.
Oh god,
I hope he's
so.
never had to be a character he hates, and I can't think of what character he's played that he would hate. It's the worst character he ever played. It's the character that's bad, not him. It's like Hans Gruber,
Yeah.
and even that, it's like so. That's
Yeah.
not bad.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be ashamed if people remember that you're.
Yes,
Hans Gruber.
Brooks has seen all the Trek ever.
I haven't seen any of the new shows, but all of the movies ever made, I've seen so many times. It hurts.
I haven't seen a lot of the old movies.
Oh,
I gotta get on that.
they're good.
I'm here for it.
I like them all.
Yeah, again, Justin Long looking like a literal child because he probably is.
He very much is. And actually, I want to say the tall guy is notable for something.
Maybe?
Which guy?
The tall
blonde
nerdy
kid?
Why can't I brain worky? Do you remember what Kyle? Jeremy Howard.
That name's not ringing a bell.
Well, let's see what he was in. He was in Accepted.
Wait, hang on.
He was the one who tried to blow things up with his mind in Accepted.
Go back
To what?
to the people who were in like the cast list for
For this movie?
this movie.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Corbin Blue.
Is the young version of Tommy Laredo, which is...
Yeah.
Who's Corbin Blue?
He was in High School Musical, you
I've never seen
fucking
any of that.
idiot.
That one guy was Donatello in the really crappy Ninja Turtles movie.
Yeah. That's what I was going to... Jeremy Howard there, he's in that. He's... so he's gone on to do some stuff. He was in Superstore for an episode. That was a good show.
Henry Zabrowski was in an episode of Superstore.
I loved Superstore. It was really good. I like a comedy show that every now and then has an episode that's so serious that you're like in pain.
Yeah.
The deportation one of Superstore fucking hurts.
Yeah.
By the way, he was with Shaloub again on Monk
Oh, fun.
as a UFO enthusiast.
Oh, wow. That's like... Wow, that's very fitting.
That's hilarious. Oh, he was in Black Widow. Oh, no, never mind. Not that Black Widow.
I also feel like the makeup department for this movie in particular did themselves such a favor by having it be like, oh, the show that he was in had bad makeup anyway, so they don't have to do all the blending work with the prosthetic that Rickman's wearing.
But they do a pretty decent job, enough that you start to notice when it falls apart. Because remember,
Yeah.
throughout the premise of the movie, he's on a spaceship without makeup to touch up and
Yeah.
re-glue and whatever. So as it starts to fall apart,
It's so funny.
you can see it. It like really helps you
Yeah, it does.
see where you are in the movie. His hair, well, skull cap, is exactly how tense the movie is.
Yeah. Yeah. And like this is giving the Star Trek like Sam Rockwell looks high.
So, again, Sam
Sam
Rockwell
Rockwell was
is
high.
Yeah.
But like that's
the scream he does.
The scream is so funny. But the circles on the floor, like their transporter thing, that's giving the original series in a big way. They made the goop to make it slightly different.
And also, you don't teleport in this one. They go much longer distance, and they physically are launched through space.
Yeah.
Yeah. This whole scene, it's long, but I don't want to miss a second of this.
No, again, I love these.
Tony Shalhoub, and he goes, "What's wrong with them?" Oh.
Tony Shalhoub is me in the face of some of my problems. Not all of them. Others I freak out about a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is fantastic. Any movie that chooses to put something in front of the camera instead of just being like, oh, I'll just put it in later, you automatically... That's a fucking speculum.
It's so funny when you see the things that they reuse, you know?
But yeah, any movie that chooses to put something in front of a camera automatically, like, earns extra points in my book right off the bat.
I do love Tony Shalhoub. He's just so laid back in this whole movie. Yeah, Stan Winston really knocked it out of the park in this movie.
It's a great movie.
I mean, so do you want to rate it? I'll let you go first.
I'm gonna call this a solid 8 out of 10.
For both?
For what it did, like
it's not like very original.
5.
Yeah.
Maybe it gave the idea for people to do some more like kind of con movies or like fandom parody adjacent type things.
Well, that's what I would call this, is like a what if Star Trek was real parody.
Yeah.
You know? And so did it launch maybe a few more of those where it was like, what if blank was real parody? You know, like, is this an early version of the spoof movie? Not quite.
It's close. It's close.
This is a little bit more serious than the spoof movies. You know what I'm talking about? Like, Not Another Teen Movie.
Vampires Suck.
Vampires Suck. But all of the ones that have movie in the title, including but not limited to Scary Movie and the franchise that spawned.
Yeah. It's close.
Yeah,
it's like 6 inches to the left of that.
In a good way.
In a good way, absolutely.
This is a full standalone film without the... If you didn't know anything about the original series of Star Trek, you could watch this and have a good time.
No, yeah. And
if you did like the original series, it's fun.
That adds a whole new layer to it. But yeah, like, watching this totally blind, knowing nothing... Like, if you had somehow never heard of Star Trek before, be like, oh yeah, they sent a science fiction show up to space and a bunch of people who were obsessed with it on Earth. You know,
they definitely give you enough detail to watch this with no
100%
inspiration from the source material needed. Whereas the other spoof movies are so heavily influenced by,
which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Like,
right, you just have to be a fan of those things.
There have been very successful ones, but it's a very much like you have to be in the club to begin with.
Yeah. I think I would also go 8 out of 10, maybe even 8.5 out of 10. For rewatchability, because I have never had a bad moment watching this.
No, not at all.
And I've backed it up. If I've like left the room and didn't pause it, I
back
it up. Back it up.
Don't want to miss it.
I'm not missing it.
I noticed watching this time they have like a perfect parody of the Star Wars like Han Solo shot.
Oh yes, when he's doing So they do have some.
There are some. Oh, there are some
well.
very genuine homages to.
There's probably more that I didn't even notice.
Yeah,
you know?
to not just Star Trek.
I mean, it's just a love letter. This is a comedy love letter.
That's the thing.
To sci-fi.
It's both insulting and it's insulting and affectionate. It's like the like gotcha kid.
Yeah.
Type thing.
As far as like what it did for the genre, again, it didn't do anything for sci-fi because it's just building on existing things. And as we already discussed about spoofs, it's definitely not the first spoof movie, and it's not directly related to the ones that follow it.
Yeah.
So I don't think it really impacted a whole lot of anything.
It is unique,
like
but yeah.
I agree, like 5, because like there's definitely things that have taken notes from this.
Oh, 100%.
But yeah, so yeah, I think 8/5 is this 8/5.
That feels really right.
It just feels right. Oh, apparently that scene that I said was the most unlike an actual con
Well, it doesn't say
was a real thing.
it was by like people who weren't at the convention. It was just there.
Well, they say it mirrors an actual event. The scene in which Tim Allen is in the men's room, overhearing how the cast of actors are nobodies and all the co-stars can't stand him, mirrors an actual event in William Shatner's life. He discovered the exact same thing about himself when he attended a 1986 convention. Now, it might not have been in a bathroom, but like he discovered those facts.
Oh no, I'm just saying it wasn't necessarily people who weren't part of the con who just like walked in.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. Which that is the part that I contend. Nobody's that rude.
Yeah, no.
Well, right.
They exist.
Most people
but you
aren't.
encounter them so very rarely.
Yeah. Especially when they know they're in the minority. You walk into a room with 10 cosplayers, you don't make fun of cosplay.
Yeah, even if you think you're like it's a big gathering of losers.
Yeah.
You're still outnumbered.
Yeah.
But yeah, like William Shatner can kind of go fuck himself.
I love him so much, but yeah.
Like, I heard he's a massive asshole.
He's not Jason Nesmith. Let's put it that way. Jason Nesmith is an asshole to his coworkers.
Yeah.
But he's very good with his fans. William Shatner is not
good.
necessarily good with the fans.
Like, at all. No, Brooks and I talked about this on the podcast one time. We were like, oh, you always hear about, like, villains played by, like, the nicest actors or whatever. Like, who are some examples of a character who would not hesitate to beat the shit out of the asshole that plays them? James T. Kirk would not stand for William Shatner.
No, he'd bust him the fuck up.
Not even a little bit.
Yeah.
And I also think it's so funny that William Shatner is, like, salty about the fact that some people interpret Kirk as being bi, when he was the one who was looking at Leonard Nimoy like he wanted to eat him.
Yeah.
You did that!
You did this to you.
This is an entirely you problem in that you created it and now you have to deal with it.
So apparently Tim Allen is a huge fan of Alien, and he was starstruck to meet Sigourney Weaver.
Who wouldn't be?
I was like, show me the person who's not like, oh my fucking god, that's Sigourney Weaver.
Right?
And they're way too confident. That's all
Yeah.
I have to say.
No.
Sigourney Weaver probably looks in the mirror someone and goes, oh shit, I wasn't ready to meet you today.
I would.
Anyway, so he had her sign a bunch of his Alien memorabilia.
Slay.
I would too.
No, This movie is just so much fun.
The other thing we like to do sometimes, we like to like recast. How would you make the movie better? And I'm trying to think of a single character. Maybe Laredo?
Maybe Laredo?
But I love him. I think he does a good job playing a child star who probably hasn't done a lot since then and is still very young compared to everyone else.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I kind of personally don't like Tim Allen all that much.
But he plays it well. You don't have to like him as a person.
But like even just as an actor, I'm kind of just like, what fucking ever, man.
He's another one of those, which I don't know which actor like broke the glass for me. I think it was Zooey Deschanel. One of those actors who they just play the same character everywhere because they're not actually good at acting. It's just that someone said, your vibe fits here.
Yeah.
And I never really thought about it, but that's Tim Allen in a nutshell.
And that's my thing. It's like, if I'm recasting someone, would it probably be him? Yeah, but it works here.
Yeah, like if I don't think I could recast anyone in this.
No, not even a little bit.
Like I said, I don't want to do Laredo. I definitely don't want to get rid of Tim Allen because I can't even think of someone who'd have the right vibes.
No, and again, that's what I'm saying. I really think he's a bad choice most of the time.
But this was a good
But
one.
not this one.
Yeah, like Santa Claus. He's a bad choice for Santa
Yeah,
Claus.
he was a really
But of
fucking
course,
bad
making
choice.
that movie was a bad choice.
Making that movie was a bad choice. You're so right, King.
God.
I love how everyone on this planet has fuck-ass bangs.
Well, again, I love that detail because they are all using an image generator.
And it's also like, making fun of every Vulcan having the same haircut.
Oh yes, they're definitely going at the pale skin, black hair. I don't understand how they're able to synthesize food from fictional planets, because it's not like, even with all of the Star Trek cookbooks that exist and stuff, they don't actually have, Vulcanian rubber slug or something. That doesn't exist.
Yeah.
See, my brain went straight to rubber when I said Vulcanian.
But no, yeah, you're so right.
So how did they make that bug stuff? I also like that guy wasn't part of the crew, so they're like, what do we make for you? And it's just plain spaghetti. He's just eating a plate of nothing on it, just noodles. And he's like sucking it up. He's using his fingers to pick it up and sucking it, and he chokes on it.
Fucking weirdo.
He's
I love
so
him.
high.
Yeah. I love Sam Rockwell so much. I got mad when I saw that someone had replied with his picture to one of those stupid Facebook engagement bait posts that, ironically enough, Brooks and I were baited into talking about on the podcast, where it was like, oh, who's someone who's conventionally unattractive, but you think they're attractive? And they put Sam fucking Rockwell.
That is a beautiful man.
What are you talking about?
What?
Conventionally unattractive.
That's like when someone has a hot take, and their hot take is, donuts are pretty good.
Yeah.
Like,
and all these people are posting it like, oh, I'm so ashamed. Like, I think Sam Rockwell's conventionally unattractive, but I like him. It's like, no, he's
actually conventionally
very attractive.
Totally attractive.
You fucking weak ass bitches. We as a society need to stop cheapening the hear me out.
Thank you. Yes.
The hear me out
like,
should immediately inspire horror in the other person.
When someone says hear me out, makes me as violently ill as when someone says I'm not gonna lie, or no offense.
Yes.
But it's not like.
And also, this is an idea that came to me today. Have you guys seen the TikToks where people are like, this is our hear me out cake, and you take little steaks, like little toothpicks that have a picture of your hear me out, and you put it in the cake? We should do a network one of those. We should make a network hear me out cake.
I don't understand the concept. Throw it by me one more time.
Okay, you and your friends get together and you bake. Hopefully it would be disastrous and fun, like when you tried to cook in college.
Yeah, sure.
And then
I cooked my way through college, so.
You take a toothpick, and the toothpick has a picture of your hear me out on it. I'm
assuming hear me out specifically in this case is about like, this person's attractive even if you don't think so.
Yes.
And here's why.
Or like, I think this person fucks.
So it'd be a person that you find,
or a character.
Yeah.
Whatever. And then you put those on the cake and you make a little video being like, this is our hear me out cake. And then everyone does their turn and places their questionable choice in the cake, and then you have a cake at the end.
Okay, I was going to say, what is the purpose of the cake to all of this? It's just that we can have a cake at the end.
Yeah.
On that vein of things we should do as a network, and I want to invite more people from our friends group to possibly join in. You've seen the trends where people, it's kind of like Secret Santa, but it's not. You get one other person, and you have to buy them a shirt.
Yes.
And then you all go out in public for a night out in those shirts.
That's going to be a drunken disorderly.
That would be a great drunken disorderly. But what I was going to say is I want to do it kind of like Secret Santa. We can use Elfster or something for it, where you get a random person, but there's a person who can't get that person, and everybody knows that's the person that can't get that person, so that you can go over ideas, and they can also veto things. So you can't you get me, and Chris is he can't get me. So you would talk to Chris, and then you come up with an idea to do something that's so wildly offensive that it would make me want to leave or might get me killed. And Chris goes, no. Then you settle on a shirt and get it. So the two of you know what it is.
Yeah.
I don't.
Okay.
So it still works, but you have to have that veto power in there.
Yeah.
Because I've seen some where I was like,
how dare they say that about Zaphod Beeblebrox? Yeah. That is fucking rude.
God, this movie. It's...
And also the parallel here between, the fake, shake in the room, versus here where they're actually getting tossed around.
Yeah, but like
Like-
earlier you got to see them do the fake stuff too. That's
You're experiencing it for real. Like all the things that you've been pretending to do for
Yeah.
a living, you're experiencing it for the first time. And it's not quite as easy as you made it look.
I do like that they grow and then they remember their roles and care about them again.
Yeah.
So it's like, can you fly close to the mines? Closer. And he's like, oh, I think I could do that.
Yeah. And like Sigourney Weaver even saying like, I have a job to do and I'm going to do it even if it's not good.
Listen, I have one job on this stupid ship.
Love her.
I have one job on this ship. It's stupid, but I'm gonna do it.
Yep. Queen.
Got it? And then he's like, yeah, okay.
Love her with my whole heart.
I'd never question the weave.
No, not even a little bit. Amazing.
Oh, God.
Absolutely incredible.
The NSEA Protector. That doesn't really have anything that ties into anything that I know of. The name.
But I mean, again, your USS Enterprise.
Well, but that's just United States service. But in this case, I don't know why it's still USS Enterprise. Because we're just the Federation. Like, what's Earth? It should be like UES, to be honest. United Earth
Oh, yeah.
Service.
Or, if, like, I mean, I'm assuming even in an interplanetary society, you're still going to have to break things down into, like, countries and sort of, your state equivalents within those countries and all your little things. So, like, maybe we would still be doing stuff. Like, maybe people would still be doing stuff.
I don't know.
Like, there happens to be, like, I could imagine a situation in an interplanetary society like that where there winds up being some resource that an alien planet needs that's super rare there, but there's actually a shit ton of it in Guam. So, like, different countries having different relationships with, like, entire planets.
That's tough. That would be like thinking that, New York and Texas can have different relationships with, foreign nations.
Point taken.
And they do, but they also don't. Because at some point, the federal government steps in and like dictates that.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing that would happen in planetary communication. And so, again, you would want one national defense. You split it up too much, and it just gets fractured. You know?
No, point taken.
Plus, then why are the Japanese people and the Russians all on the same ship
Oh, yeah.
with the Americans?
You actually make another excellent point. I did not think about that.
They would have their own. They would have a USSRS. And I don't know the word for Enterprise or...
I don't know the word for Enterprise either. I'm trying to think of something else that would fit, but
Like anything that means like frontier or adventure or...
Yeah, I got nothing, man. That's sad for 3 semesters, but it's a tough language in my defense.
The captain's fighting the pig lizard, and the ship reports they're going to use the digital conveyor to beam him up. Captain Taggart says...
Oh, yeah. McCoy and his weird thing about hating transporter technology.
Yep. Well, that's the thing is, that is a Dr. McCoy thing.
Yep.
Again, about the Star Trek reboot, okay? Because of the way they chose to do it with like a time rift, I don't mind it.
Yeah.
It is different, but it's just like, Alien versus Aliens, right? They're very different vibes.
Yes.
Alien is obviously a superior film, no matter what it says in the chat right now. But
I think that's going to be the second episode of Whatever Happens, Happens. It's going to be everybody versus Chris.
yeah, I know, right? But yeah, like in the Star Trek reboot, I love that they actually give you a reason why people call him Bones,
Yeah.
as opposed to like just the generalized assumption that a lot of doctors go by Doc or this or that. I had a friend who was Bonesaw.
Nice.
Which again, the Bones tie-in, but like in that one, I really liked Carl Urban when he said that he was divorced and his wife took everything but his bones.
That's good.
That homage, they never tell you this is going to be your nickname from now on, because remember, this is pre the setup.
I'm going to do it. Mother! His futuristic sling.
I love that, the broken arm like metal sling.
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
they're so childlike in their
Yeah.
wonder and joy, and the idea of pretending is so foreign to them that they equate it straight up with lying
Yeah.
and deception. They have no concept for
Yeah.
fiction, even pleasant fiction,
Yeah.
which means they would come up to you and just say, "Your hair is terrible today," and you just say,
And you
"Oh,
just
okay,
have to be fine with
I'll
that.
just fix it."
Yeah.
Yeah, they would never say, "Your hair looks great."
Yeah. I love that you can see, like, also start more clearly seeing that Sigourney Weaver's character, even in this, is supposed to be wearing a wig the more the movie goes on.
Yeah. God, mommy.
Oh, also, there is, like, one sort of moment of genuine heart in this movie when they're like, oh, you know, we'll have this all done and ship you guys on home. And he's like, this is it. You're looking at it. I was like, oh, wow, that's really sad.
Yeah, when he's like, "Matt, sorry, I didn't know that."
Yeah.
That's what I said. Like, there's some gut-wrenching moments in this.
Yeah. No, this is great. It's such a good time.
When Quillick dies.
Yeah, again. Genuine emotion.
You feel something, you know?
That's because people used to not be afraid of, like, sincerity in a movie, and not everything had to be viewed through, like, 20 layers of meta and irony.
Yeah. Oh, man.
They're
It seems
trying,
like laughter because they don't...
They're trying so hard to be people.
I love how hard they're trying. And I don't look at it like... So, you could look at it as them sort of doing... what do they call it? What's the face for when people pretend to be autistic?
Oh, God, I have no idea.
You know, like blackface, but like autistic. There's a term for it. I can't remember. But you could think that. But this is before they started having like the autistic genius on everything on TV.
Yeah.
So if maybe this is the responsible for that. Ooh, the completely aloof character is great. No. I shudder to think that this inspired anything bad. Except
One
for
would
Tim
hope.
Allen to get more acting jobs.
Yeah.
But I loved them all.
God, Alan Rickman, what a fucking legend.
This is a man that I've seen in so many different roles. Comedy, drama,
And he nails it every
action.
single time.
And I've never been disappointed. He does it so good. I was so sad
and
when
he's
he died.
Oh, same. And he's making, and like his character is constantly being like, "Oh, I'm like theater trained." It makes a fucking difference.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah.
Also, fucking rip to Maggie Smith. God, what a real one.
Oh, yeah, I know. We've had a lot of celebrity deaths in the last month or so. Dikembe Mutombo just died.
Ken Page died today.
I don't know who that is off the top of my head.
He voiced Oogie Boogie in The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh. I think I just came up with a new game for us to play on this. If we don't,
I love a good game.
okay.
What do we got?
My new game is to try to guess where we're going to end up by going for the first actor in the movie we're watching, going to their third film,
Okay.
just for fun. This is going to be weird, but
Okay, no. All right.
and then we go to the first actor of that film that isn't them. Where do we think we're going to end up? Now, it's obviously going to be Tim Allen.
Okay.
So, where do we end up where do we think we're going to end up?
Okay, so we take Tim Allen.
And then we're going to look at his third movie.
We're gonna look at his third movie.
And then find the top actor that's not him.
Oh, jeez.
So, who's going to be second in line when we do this? What is he most known for? The third. I'm thinking it's going to be Santa Claus. And so I think it's going to be Judge Reinhold. And that's my name is down. That's what I'm guessing. Judge Reinhold.
Okay, hold on. I think it's gonna be.
Watch Santa Claus not being the known as.
I think it's gonna be Toy Story 2.
Oh.
And then Tom Hanks.
I think you got me. All right, let's find out. We're going to Tim Allen. Here we go. Shocker, he was number 1 there. And then the third movie is Toy Story, Home Improvement, Galaxy Quest.
Well, we can't count.
So should we skip it and go to Santa Claus 3?
Yeah, that's fucking
It's
weird.
not going to be Judge Reinhold then.
Oh, I know who it's going to be. It's going to be
You,
Martin
wait,
Short.
hold on. You said third credit, right? Third movie or third credit?
No, up from the known as, the third, the known for. So Toy Story, Home Improvement, Galaxy Quest.
Okay.
And then the Santa Claus 3. So we're going to go to Santa Claus 3, and then the first...
It's Martin Short.
It's Martin Short. All right. Judge Reinhold was 4th after Tim Allen. All right. I like this game. We can tweak it.
That's his fucking name?
What, Judge Reinhold?
Oh my god, I thought you were, like, referencing a character that this man played.
No, that's... Yeah.
Wow. Damn.
Most known for Beverly Hills Cop, obviously, and Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Sure.
That's funny. His known for is literally 2 Beverly Hills Cops, Fast Times, and the Santa Claus.
Sure, why not?
So I don't think I was far off in picking him. I wonder if it had been the first Santa Claus, would he have been the right answer? He would have been! Oh, I was so close, team!
My condolences.
Oh,
Can we get some F's in the chat for Arthur?
I'm so upset by this.
Oh, man.
Judge fucking Reinhold. Oh, yeah. No, that's just... that's a very alpha version of a game I just spitballed off the top of my head. I was thinking of the Wikipedia game. I don't know if you remember that one.
I think I do.
So the Wikipedia game is you click the first link in Wikipedia. So as you're reading the article,
Yeah.
whatever the first link to another article is, and it's kind of like the Kevin Bacon thing, the
I was
6
about to say.
degrees of Kevin Bacon. You're trying to get to philosophy.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
it's always the first link that isn't a loop or self-referential.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah, so I was kind of going off of that, but like, what could we do? And that's why I said first actor, or third movie.
I like it.
And
That should be
then we're trying to
second-
guess who
That
the
should be another thing another little sticker we can slap on the screen. Third credit,
first actor, third credit.
first actor, third credit. Yeah.
Nice.
Slap that up there.
But yeah, I mean, oh hey Thor. Thor was here last night.
Hey, what's up, my dude?
They did Evil Bong.
I know. I updated them while I was taking hits of my bong
Yeah.
for the first time ever.
Nice. I'm not good on bongs. I don't fuck like that.
I'll see myself out. I have a problem where I have taken to because I think it's because I'm continually becoming more and more of a metalhead, and people are like, "Oh yeah, like this riff is like fucking nasty" or whatever. Whenever I enjoy anything now, I've started saying that it fucks nasty, and I don't
like
think
it.
I should keep doing that, but I'm probably going to.
I like it. It fits into the motif of a lot of the groups I'm in. That fucks nasty.
I'm pretty sure I said it in the group chat when I talked about the fact that I was listening to the band His Infernal Majesty.
Yeah. Yeah. You just discovered him, and I'm like, okay, welcome to 2003.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you were 4 years old. What
Yeah,
could you do?
I wasn't allowed to express myself.
At 4, I hope you weren't listening to him.
No, God, one would hope not. But just in general, even though like the appropriate age to discover that is like high school.
Yeah.
And
I didn't
that
get it till college.
and that didn't happen for me regardless.
Finnish, like, folksy metal.
Also,
like, goth feels.
I also sent this to the group chat. I so often have the hots for random European musicians
Sure.
that I made like a relevant meme to alert my poor boyfriend, to the latest developments, because it happens so fucking often.
I'm just thinking of, like, the slideshows people I would leave you for, and it's like, no one. And then she's like, yeah, but what's the next slide? And for you, it's just a collage of all of these European metal singers.
Yep. Although I would never leave my wonderful partner for anything.
I am aware. I've learned about this deeply. You would not shut up about it the first time I met you.
Really? I don't remember this at all.
Oh my God. I knew everything about Kyle the first night we met, and it was just like,
I
boy, he's in for a treat.
remember nothing about this.
That's why I made sure you got to your room. You scared me.
Thanks, Dad.
You're the same age as my sister, and I can't.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, my sister's 13 years younger than me.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Whack.
That's why I didn't discover a lot of cool teenage things until I was in college. So I was busy helping raise a child.
Yeah. You hate to see it.
Oh, God.
I'm trying to think if I have any thoughts for next week.
Next episode. It's not.
Not next week. Next episode. Yep, you're right. Also, I lied on stream on Sunday. There's not going to be an episode of Fighting with Friends this week. I'm going to be at a Twin Temple concert.
Ah, fair.
So, I'm so sorry to whoever was watching the stream and heard me say to check out the upcoming episode this week, because it will not exist. Thank you. That's podcasting.
That's podcasting. Oh, God. I don't... What else is there to say about Spaceballs? Why did I hear Spaceballs?
Suggestion.
Oh, God. I'm getting it now. We're on the same
Yep.
page. I gotcha. Spaceballs.
Let me see if there's anything that I have in my Letterboxd watch list that isn't sad intellectual sci-fi.
Yeah. Let's take a quick break for a couple of episodes.
We're taking a break.
Yeah. Oh, are we recording the week of Thanksgiving?
I don't know. I had not thought that far ahead.
So here's why. My brother-in-law, I'm going to have him guest on an episode. He picked a movie, so I know what we're going to watch and everything. And so I'm going to have him come on and talk about
okay.
Creator.
Totally fine. I'm there.
So if we're not supposed to be on that week, that's the week he wants to do. So.
No, I'll be A-okay. I will be there. All right, let me see. Genre? Science fiction. Okay, there
If we
are
do Spaceballs, Brooke wants to be on.
Okay, yeah, we'll save that for you, bestie. Okay, I do have some things on this list that are not devastating.
Okay.
So, depending on the direction we want to go, I have never seen the original Mad Max.
Okay.
What else have I done?
That's actually pretty bleak.
Oh, I suppose.
Plus, it wasn't that long ago. We just did A Boy and His Dog.
This is true. What is this?
Trying to stretch it out, you know?
I have Xanadu on my watch list.
I've never seen Xanadu.
I have not either. Chris, have you seen Xanadu? Why are
That
you
evil chuckle is what I
laughing?
was
I
thinking
know
about.
of Xanadu.
Oh, okay. No, you're thinking of Zardoz, which we should do.
No. I'm thinking of Xanadu.
Okay.
I know Art is going to hate it.
Oh.
It's a musical, I know that.
That part doesn't necessarily mean I won't like it.
It's a roller skating musical.
Oh, you have beef with Starlight Express, don't you, bud?
Never seen it. Don't know what that is. Never even heard of it.
Here's the thing. I hate Andrew Lloyd Webber, too. I hate him so much. But also, Cats is so entertaining.
Still never seen it.
And Phantom is so entertaining. But Andrew Lloyd Webber can go fuck himself. What's your beef, though? What's the trauma? I'm so interested. With Starlight Express.
Never seen it. Never even heard of it.
Oh my fucking god. Chris, bud, you gotta help me out
What
later.
the hell is Starlight Express? Literally, tell me. What is Starlight
I've never
Express?
seen it either.
The fuck is that? I've never heard it said before.
It is it's cats, but it's trains. And I'm not remotely fucking joking.
Oh my lord.
So I know the premise of Cats vaguely. So that sounds hilarious. Because of how out of left field that is.
Okay, the premise of Cats is that they're cats and they introduce themselves until one of them gets permission to die. And I'm also not remotely joking.
No, I know. For some reason, I thought they were also like aliens, the cats. That might just be implied.
See, I thought you were gaslighting me out of
The
like
dying
utter
cat.
hatred.
The dying
for-
cat
Takes off on like a UFO
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
show,
Yeah.
I thought you were comically gaslighting me as part of a bit for I have had such a horrible experience with this Andrew Lloyd Webber roller skate musical that I'm pretending to not know it exists.
I don't know if I could name an Andrew Lloyd Webber thing that I've seen. I know the name Andrew Lloyd Webber, and I know Cats.
Phantom of the Opera?
Never seen it, know of it. That's not his original.
Yeah, it is.
Is it really? I thought that was older.
Cats, Phantom, he's also settled so many plagiarism lawsuits out of court, so like he can go fuck himself. But his name's on a lot of massive big deal
Oh, we
things.
got Blade Runner. Is a suggestion, by the way.
I have seen Blade Runner. It hasn't been for a hot minute. I would be down to do that.
And I haven't seen
gonna
the next
see what else potentially.
Oh, by the way, if you really want to do Xanadu, we can.
I'm very down for it. I think that would be a fun time. I also found an anime science fiction musical. It's literally an animated house musical. Like, that's the tagline.
Why? Why?
And it has a 4.2 out of 5 on Letterboxd.
Yeah, but people rate it because they've heard of it and seen it.
And loved it. Okay, people have heard and seen of Xanadu. The rating for that on Letterboxd is 2.9 out of 5.
Yeah, but that's because people have heard of it and seen it, and it's bad. People have heard of an anime about a musical about a singing house, and there's 3 reasons to say no.
No, I think
depending
that,
on their
like, I'm
tastes.
saying house, like house music, like.
Oh, okay. Again, there's 3 reasons to not watch it right there, depending on your tastes. So a bunch of people just be like, no, 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 and they don't get any negative reviews, so they get 4.2.
I suppose.
It's older than review bombing, is what I'm saying.
I guess.
I'm not saying no. I said,
I'm also not saying that you're wrong.
so if you want to do Xanadu, we can do Xanadu. If you want to keep...
I think we should. I think that could be fun.
Okay.
And also, if nothing else, it's going to give me a new Broadway cast recording to listen to, because I know that they transfer that to the stage.
Xanadu. All right. So tune in.
Carrie
2
Butler
weeks.
was in the original Broadway cast of Xanadu, and I have her signature on my playbill from Beetlejuice.
Nice. I haven't seen a stage play in so long. Or musical.
Oh, I love musical things. It's another thing I sent to the group chat the other night where I was like, I just remembered that, like, I'm a slut for musicals. That's not always, like, at the forefront of my brain, but when it is, God, I'm insufferable.
Yeah, I mean, I have to be in the right mood for a musical. And also, we've talked about this. The type of musical I like is the one where it's a play with interspersed singing.
You and Kyle have pretty much the exact same taste in musical structure.
If it's one of those ones where it's like Les Mis, where they're singing through, I need bread. I don't give a fuck about your bread, and I automatically hate this.
Understandable. I'm still going to encourage you to listen to Great Comet, despite the fact that it has some of that, because that musical literally changed my life.
I'm just thinking about that Sebastian Maniscalco bit.
I don't know who that is.
Oh yeah.
He's talking about, my wife wants to go see Hamilton. We got tickets to go see Hamilton. He talks with a funny whatchamacallit accent. But anyway, and he's talking about this lady. She says, it changed me. And he goes, I already know I'm not gonna like it.
That's fair.
So you just said it changed me, and that was like my gut instinct was like tense up and go, I don't think I'm going to like this.
I can walk you through the A to B.
We'll get there. Maybe I'll watch it someday.
It's not. Well, I could get you a bootleg.
Shh, yar. Who's your favorite crewmate from The Next Generation? Tasha, yar. She fucks Data.
Queen shit. Anyway.
What? That happened?
No,
I'm not making it up.
I know you're not making it up.
Data's fully anatomical. And
Yeah,
he
exactly.
fucks her brains out.
One of the only clips I have ever seen from The Next Generation is the first time Data appears on TV after having sex for the first time.
Yeah. There's some
great.
groundbreaking stuff that Star Trek moved into. Is robot sex okay?
Yeah.
And then everyone was like, yeah. And now we have fleshlights.
Yeah.
Star Trek is just out there, you know?
What a fucking
Paving the
time.
way.
What a fucking time to be alive. Yeah, I think we should do Xanadu. Because I love a musical. God nerfed me by making me unable to sing or dance.
I cannot sing, and I no longer can dance.
Interdasting.
I used to, because I did musicals. I was in theater.
That's so fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I technically did too, but I literally stopped in like 8th grade.
So I used to do swing dancing because for my first thing in high school, I was in State Fair.
That's so fun.
And there was a scene in which I was a bartender. And then it breaks out into a swing dance. And I had to learn it for that. And then I loved it. And I kept doing it. And I was in other musicals. And then we got to use it again.
That's
That was
awesome.
the first time I wore a dress.
Nice.
Was
Was it for South Pacific?
No, it was for State Fair, and it wasn't for a show. It was for a dress rehearsal.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone was super bummed. Things were like just falling apart, and this was our last dress rehearsal. And so we were getting out to rehearse a scene, and my friend was playing one of the lead characters, and she had this big pink dress, like a prom dress.
Mm.
And so I put it on, and I go out, and just all the cast, all the crew, the faculty, everybody was just dying laughing. And I was like, let's go. Are we
Hell
doing this or
yes.
not? It was so much fun. And that was the first time I wore a dress.
I love that
And
for you.
Still not going to be the last.
I don't think it ever will be.
There will
And
always be
also-
once more.
I scheduled our little our big Rocky Horror Night on our
I saw
now
that.
we have a network calendar because we are adults who are good at things.
We will have to do it either remote from your location on a different on the Fighting with Friends channel, or something else because it's a Monday night.
I can rock with that. We'll figure it out.
And I don't think the guys are going to reschedule their episode.
No, yep.
Because we're getting dolled up to go see. Yeah,
We will figure it out.
yeah. So we'll probably have to do off the Fighting with Friends channel,
That's fine.
which is fine.
Absolutely. Oh, it's gonna be so much fun. But we can do the at like 5:30. We can do the makeup from here, right?
I'm just thinking the post show.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, no, we can do the makeup thing from here because that's 5:30 to
Beautiful.
6:30. If that's okay with you, Chris.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So we can do the getting ready, the get ready with me.
Oh my god, that's what we should call it. Get ready with us, Rocky Horror Edition.
Yeah, that's like a normal thing.
Hell yes. I wasn't even thinking that far ahead for titles. I was just like, I want to establish that we're doing this.
Yeah. No. All my stuff is in and it fits. I just have to get the hat,
Incredible.
which I figure I could probably just go to Party City.
Yeah.
And just buy one. I saw we were at the dollar store, Dollar Tree, and they had the perfect thing, but it was a pink hat. And I was like, I could do it, but why not spend a little bit more time looking? If they've got just a random pink sequin hat at Dollar Tree,
I think you can definitely
Party City should have a gold one.
You can definitely get
Yeah.
that going.
I'm just trying to figure out the shoes.
Phew, I have no suggestions for you there,
I know.
unfortunately.
I could do my demonia boots.
You should do your demonia boots
Outside of the pants or inside the pants?
inside.
Okay.
I'm gonna be wearing mine.
Like I have the demonia boots with the big metal buckles that go all the way down, that go all the way up to my knee.
I have ones with bat buckles.
Nice. Yeah. Oh, demonia. You're so expensive, but you're
You're
so
so
worth it.
expensive, but God, you look fucking incredible.
And they're
I have
comfortable.
They are
For that kind of boot.
I have 2 pairs and I'm absolutely in love with them. Although one thing I think I'm gonna have to do is like, it's one of the ones with the metal plate on the front that buckles over, but
okay.
it doesn't fit quite right just because of the way my leg curves. I might have to like put a little bit like do a little DIY and put a little elastic on the other side so it's actually center. But yeah, fucking love those shits.
All right, so we picked an episode for 2 weeks, Xanadu.
Yes.
We dropped our plan to do Rocky Horror Picture Show, Get Ready With Us.
Yes.
We're also going to do a wrap-up afterwards, but...
And after Rocky Horror, we have tentatively scheduled our first episode of Whatever Happens, Happens.
Yes, that's coming up. That's you, Kyle, and Nick.
Psychological Torture Edition. Kyle and I have selected a movie that Nick fucking hates because he thinks it's pretentious bullshit.
Sure.
And we are going to have the movie on here. We are going to talk pretentiously about how much we love this fucking movie while Nick drinks as much as humanly possible. And then at the end, he has 5 minutes to bully us before we cut the feed.
Are you fucking serious? That wasn't entertaining. I could just picture it. It's good.
Yep.
Oh,
And then just if we could get like a button in the center with a countdown so I could just slap it after his 5 minutes of bullying us are up, and then the episode ends, the stream ends.
You want to, like, mid-sentence, it cuts him off,
Yep,
you know?
that'd be great. If we can figure out how to make that happen, I will put my own money into this.
You just have a producer push the end stream button over there.
But he's the producer.
Nick is going to be producing?
I would assume he was,
Oh, okay.
unless you want to have I was going to have him use the producer cam anyway.
What is
just
the date for this again?
The 27th, October.
Yeah, you agreed that they could come here. I
Yeah.
just didn't know if you were planning to do it. Because
And
if he's doing it, then you wouldn't even need that. Other cool things I'm working on for the studio. I started playing with it yesterday, but I'm actually going to make a panoramic view. Instead of having the main cam that comes down the middle and then the two side cams that we have, I have been playing with how I can make a panoramic.
I
I found a way with just the two side cams to make it work. It's not perfect, but if I add in the middle cam,
Okay.
it'll actually function as a real panoramic. I think I can blend it enough to look good.
I'm very here for that, and that means that we should absolutely get Fighting with Friends and Regrettable Reviews flags.
Yeah. Well, now that we have the symbol, the logo, I was going to just try and get like a throw flag and put it on that one there behind you.
I love it.
So.
And then Brooks and I can figure out what to do for Fighting with Friends.
Yeah. Yeah, so we have Saratoga Comic-Con coming up.
Exciting times all around. I will be reviving Sexy Mothman, which I'm very excited about. And also, Brooks and I are going to do the anime cosplay that we had planned for the second day of Mid-Hudson, but then we got
I'll
fucking
probably
hammered.
be doing Columbia again for that, just because why not?
Slay.
I have the stuff, you know.
I feel that. I really do.
So yeah, Comic-Con's coming up. We were thinking of doing something at the end of the month. It's in flux.
Yes.
Not that. The Drunken Disorderly is going to happen.
Oh, fantastic. Wonderful.
Yeah, that's
No.
definitely happening.
But the other thing we were thinking about doing, we have to find a new venue.
Yes. Fingers
didn't work out
crossed.
the way
If
we wanted.
not, another D&D?
Just do another D&D. That's fine too.
Oh yeah.
But
If you're already
in-
planning on being available, then yeah,
in costume?
which is very plausible. What else do we have coming up? What do you have coming up?
No new episode Wednesday, but Thursday we are going to be streaming as normal. We're starting our limited run of spooky season streams before What We Do in the Shadows picks back up
Nice.
towards the end of October. But the first movie that we're going to be talking about, I just watched today, and man, oh man, it was wild. We're going to be talking about the Korean movie I Saw the Devil.
I don't know if I've seen that one yet.
Our goal for this spooky season, with the exception of our third film, which is The Return of the Living Dead, our goal for the other two is to actually be scared.
Okay.
So we're doing I Saw the Devil, which we'll be talking about this coming Thursday, and then after that we're watching the original Suspiria.
Okay. All right. If you want to be really uncomfortable, I'm told you should check out The Substance.
Substance.
I have had
It's
some
in theaters, and I don't have a chance to see it.
I've had
before
some friends
it comes
in
out.
my group chats saying very good things about that, so I'm interested. I'm very interested.
I
Yeah.
want to see it real bad, but it's going to be out of theaters by the time I get a chance. So.
But that's what we've got coming up. That's what we've got coming up on Fighting with Friends. Next episode for us is going to be Xanadu,
Yep.
and then we got things to look forward to
yeah, so-
always.
Other than Thursday this week, I think that's it for the shows this week.
Yes.
Then Monday we pick back up with the Big Dumb Monsters.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all of our appearances that are coming up, with plus or minus one going in there.
Yes.
No, possibly plus one, no minus one. Nothing's coming out.
Yeah, actually, you're so right.
Yeah, sorry.
You're
That's
so
all
right.
absolutely happening. We might have an extra thing happening that.
We'll see. Fingers
Yeah.
crossed. Everybody pray to Satan.
Oh yeah. The other thing we.
Oh right, we might be doing a Big Dumb Monster of the Week
Oh,
D&D
we
game.
plan to do that October 27th. We have to do some schedule juggling.
I feel like 3 people could move easier than the amount of people you're probably trying to get for that.
Nick is part of Big Dumb Monster of the Week, so.
Yeah, no, we can move it because it wasn't a solid thing.
Okay.
Sorry, Thor, we're moving it.
Sorry, person I've never met.
You've never met Thor?
Mm-mm.
Oh man. I followed around and touched his butt so much last Saratoga Comic-Con that he stopped talking to me.
You know, after we finished recording the other night,
It's weird because it's true.
Brooks was just talking to me about, like, you know, we were just talking about random shit, and she was talking about how she saw her stepdad somewhat recently, and she, for whatever reason, there was mention of my sister. It was relevant, and her stepdad responded with, "Oh my God, there's 2 of them." And then when she said, "They're nothing alike," his response was, "Oh my God, she's worse." I love that I have such a palpable vibe that people get it like that strongly from secondhand descriptions of me.
Nice.
Like, that is genuinely an achievement.
Yeah, so that's everything we've got going on. That's all we got for tonight, I think.
Sounds about right to me. You got anything in general in life that you're looking forward to?
Brooks said, "Don't forget the other part."
I might be forgetting the other part because I'm sure it's there. It's not that I repressed it. It's just not coming to me, bestie.
While she reminds you.
While she figures
Oh,
that
he
out.
said you were out there.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. So I think
I've
that's
been
an
described
apt.
as out there
I've
before.
been. That's not the first time.
It's
I'll
not
tell
the
you that
rudest
much.
thing that I've been called in a serious context.
Nope, not even a little bit.
Yeah, so the only things I've got going on looking forward to is really stuff for the show.
Honestly,
we
yeah.
finally have a logo, thank you. We collaborated towards the end, but you did all the legwork on that.
We will be debuting that very soon.
Oh, I cannot wait for the labels.
Those are going to be sick.
The proofs are going through for all 3.
Nice.
I'll let you know if I need a higher quality image for that. We won't be specific on what they are. I'm just so excited because I think it's, having been to cons, I think that is going to be a memorable thing for people.
I think so. I've also started like just business card bombing. Like anytime like a restaurant or like a cafe has like a little like sticky
throw it out.
note wall, just
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, so that's all I've got going on. I'm just excited for all the stuff we got going on the show. We're really
That's
taking the stuff to the next level.
That's like 75% of what I'm looking forward to as well, just like in the general future, other than the fact that it is spooky season. It's October 1st.
I'm on my spooky season soundtrack.
Finally, not that I haven't worn this shirt yet this year, but I finally have more of a reason to break out the ghost trick-or-treating shirt. So
Yep.
that was very exciting. And
I have to send you the link to a Spotify playlist I made called Spooky Season Soundtrack.
ooh,
And anything that is monster, horror, Halloween, whatever theme.
I have some things you can add to that, most definitely.
I'll add you to the playlist, and then you can just add things to it.
Oh, even better.
And then if I have to, I'll remove them, but I'm
and
trying not to.
I showed this off on Fighting with Friends, so people have technically already seen it, but I got a tattoo that you can actually see
Love
this
it.
time that
Love
isn't
it.
like behind my ear.
I've always thought that the nose prints and the paw prints, all very good.
Her paw print would have taken up so much real estate, though, and I'm not
like
done.
the
I'm
nose
not
print.
done decorating this flesh prison, and I'm trying to be strategic with my landscape.
The Big Mung Dumpsters playlist.
Yeah, dumpsters.
Oh yeah, we gotta.
Fuck.
No, I'll do that. I'll add everyone like by email or whatever on Spotify,
Okay.
and then just we all have to pick. What would he say? Like 20 songs.
Okay. It's just like a total dumpster fire of mixture of music.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Just
I
pick
love it.
your 20 favorite songs,
Okay.
and then we're all gonna combine them into a playlist that's going to make all of the people who stand near us for the entire day fucking hate our guts.
Nice. What was I going to say? I lost it. I
so
lost
sorry.
it. No, it's not your fault. The Big Mung dumpster got me.
That came about because Bridget noticed that she had lettered the one of the bracelets.
Oh yeah, I fixed it. I realized after I got back, Kyle pointed this out to me while we were waiting in the pit for Powerwolf to start up, but he's like, isn't it Big Dumb Monsters Network? And I was like, yeah, why? He's like, your bracelet says BMDN. And I made this while I was fucking hammered at midnight,
sure.
so of course.
Yeah, I said it was Big Mung Dumpsters.
I love that so much.
So that's what we're calling our group playlist now.
I love it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember what it was, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I guess we can just leave people with, we should tell them where they can reach us. We've always had a Gmail account.
Yes, we have.
I just never
Said it.
mentioned it.
We'll get a link tree going, too.
We should. We have the domain. I've just done nothing with the website. Before the end of the year, I absolutely, probably before Comic-Con would be nice, but before the end of the year, I absolutely will have that website at least basically developed.
Fantastic.
So you can reach us at regrettablereviews@gmail.com. And we also have a call-in number, but I don't remember it off the top of my head because I just got it today. It's a 413 number.
Okay, cool. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Every Google account comes with a phone number if you want it.
Damn, what a time to be alive.
And that it just has to be linked to a real phone.
Whack.
And so what happens is you'll see that the call is coming in from your Google number and you can do stuff with it.
Wow.
And then from your web browser, you can make phone calls.
The future is now.
This is like 2008. My friend had a bunch of Google voice numbers directed at his phone so that different people calling him would come in different ways.
Sure, why not?
All kinds of crazy shit. Anyway, so we do have regrettablereviews@gmail.com. Email us. Let us know what you're thinking about. Let us know movies you think we should do.
Also, Fighting with Friends. Fighting
Yeah.
wfriendspodcast@gmail.com. We will solve your arguments for you, and our judgment is final, so you can tell your friends that we fought about it, so shut up.
And if you have a non-sci-fi monster movie or cheesy action movie,
You can
'cause
hit
I
up
think-
our other
yeah,
boys.
bigdumbmonsters@gmail.com. Because I don't think Defend has its own, right?
No, we don't.
Okay, yeah.
So if you want to talk action, just put Defenestration Hour in the subject line.
That's right. I don't know that we have any other socials. We have a Spotify that I'm working on getting our show episodes out onto.
Love it.
I'm going to create a YouTube channel from our
Hell
Google
yes.
account and then also post our videos there. So maybe we should create like a Facebook and a Threads. And
I dig
stuff.
it. I'm
I
here
don't
for
have
it.
it yet, but I think we should.
Not a bad idea.
And then like circle jerk all the other shows into it like we do.
Precisely. Nicely done.
So I think with that, we'll leave you with our standard advice, which is,
Don't shake alien eggs.
but also, never trust the android. Bye.